First off, let me talk my...
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The punter, Logan Cook, set to start the proceedings, and we are underway here in Jacksonville. And a fair catch signaled for and taken success. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, On offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
A first down throw for Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. Touchdown! CeeDee Lamb. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. From the 44, Prescott. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now here's Pollard. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. Maher able to put this one through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where did they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback. And indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another tote for Etienne. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll run with ETN. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. The Jaguars at a woeful 1-12 on the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding about how everyone feels. Because to me, you've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Lawrence to throw. Screenplay, here's ETN. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Lawrence now off the bootleg. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back at their own 17. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. They find some open field here. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll try to run it in with Murray. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a
fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. Looking downfield for Jones.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And some room to roam now. Oh, what a move. A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Prescott.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Prescott from the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Prescott now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Taking it about the 1.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Prescott on first down. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Lamb. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Now Elliott, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Escaping and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Prescott to throw it. He's got it to Hilton. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's fourth and goal.
Great job here by this defense. They try to bring the receiver from one side of the field to the other, hoping he'll get lost in the wash. But a really nice job there to make a quick tackle and force fourth and goal.
The kick by Marr is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 26.
Second half starts with a run by Etienne. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On the counter, Etienne, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 39, Lawrence.
Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
Picked up by Malik Hooker.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points. Emphasis. Their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Run for Pollard. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakan. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're on the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
They'll run here. It's Merle. And he's got room.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll run with Pollard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
4th down. Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Maher able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Lawrence will throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Throwing, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott flushed out right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete.
And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Pollard. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
Tony Pollard hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for. And take it. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Etienne up the middle, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
And Oladokin going to throw it here.
He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line.
1st and 10, here's Oladokin. Right side, it's Manhurts, the tight end. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. But this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. It's Oladokin on first down.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage. But right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward. And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Here's Oladokin.
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. Patterson's kick is good. And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 36 yards on the play.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Well, Prescott here to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll try again with Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And this time he is in. Ezekiel Elliott punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Marr on for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score Jaguars 3.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming day. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Dallas, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the rough season continues as they plunge to 1-13. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside